Let's get to work. Let's get to work.
Roxie, love. Hi. Hi. Welcome to part 3. This is Roxie. I've made 2 videos with her. She's my sister-in-law's dog. She's basically green. She's afraid of most things, including the man holding the camera. So this is definitely, if you haven't seen part 1 and part 2 with Maple and Kenai, go back, watch that. It explains more of what we're doing. Lots of mistakes, lots of errors. We suck at what we do. But we have a good time doing it. And we're gonna help Roxie have a good time doing it too, okay? With a fearful dog, we want to get that trust. See right there, she didn't even want to take the treat. She's backing more and more away. It looks like from Ken, so, you know, any movement she makes toward Ken on her own is good, right? We don't want to force her into a situation. We don't want to flood her. We don't want it to become worse, right? You may have seen or experienced yourself, you force a dog into a situation and then they're calmer and they accept it, but in actuality, they're so flooded and overwhelmed that they've just given up, kind of. They've just mentally, physically, emotionally given up. Roxie. So we got recall. Good girl. And again, in these videos, I haven't been using a clicker. I'm not too focused on all that. Just as basic as we can get it. Roxie. If you repeat your dog's name over and over again, I would advise shortening that. Give your dog a nickname instead that you don't care. And then whenever you use your dog's name, always have a reward of some kind. The way that I do it is I use my dog's real name as the look cute, and then I use nicknames when I'm just messing around. And then for a recall, if they, you know, typically your dog would just come anyway, but it's separate. So it's Kenai, pause, come, Roxie, pause, come. That's how I do it. Good. Sitting's a default behavior, right? If you have a really excited dog, crazy overexcited, jumpy dog, take your dog out first, nice run. Get that energy down, and then just reward for them standing and being calm. If they're laying down, go knock on the front door when they're standing right next to you. Just do one knock. If your dog barks when someone knocks at the door. Little things, reward for them doing nothing. Her sitting here instead of pacing back and forth, that's wonderful. It's not a race. It is never a race. If you're worried about how quickly you're gonna get results, you're probably not gonna like how the results end up. Or the dog won't like how the results end up. Getting a little closer to Ken. It's turned into more like a fearful exercise than the 5s that we were doing. Good job. I toss a treat, let's see. Wonderful. So we'll definitely have Ken do that. Toss treats. I'll try to lower her down real quick. Wonderful. And the thing with lowering, okay? You've seen it with the last 2 videos. Good. That was an excellent stay. We weren't even going over that. But stay is basically, you don't have to say stay. You can just say sit or down, whichever you want. And then you walk back to your dog and reward. A lot of people, they'll walk away and then tell their dog, okay, good job. But then you reward your dog for coming to you rather than staying. So your dog stays until you walk back. Good girl. She doesn't have a break cue, but you can have a break cue, break, and toss it, and then she's good to go, right? Or break, tap your leg, whatever you want, okay? So the luring works, but you don't want to get stuck luring. If you get stuck always thinking you need a treat, always think you need to bend over, whoo, you're back, you're gonna be like this, walking around, okay? So, you start with, you can get down, and then you want to eventually not have anything in your hand, and then it's more like that, and then over time, it'll become this, okay? Retrieve. Oh wait, we didn't do spin. Ready? I like luring for a spin, but it always makes me feel silly because I know anytime I mess up or the dog doesn't spin, I know I work too fast. Like this, like it's just. And she's so engaged on Ken. Any movement he makes.
I took one step.
One step. And right now she just can't turn around. She doesn't want to turn her back to Ken. And so imagine if I was someone who wanted her to spin, but I didn't take into consideration that she's scared. And so I just made her do it. It just makes it all the more difficult, okay? So we need to put her in a situation. The best thing is Ken wouldn't be around, right?
Okay.
No, you don't have to leave, I'm saying.
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can't even go back inside. All right.
So, there are things that we can change to make easier for her. So now, let's try to have Ken interact with Roxie. I don't want you to get too close. She's okay in the house and everything. She'll let him pet her, but I just want you to toss treats to her, okay, slowly. And I want her to walk more toward you than you walk toward her. You can toss it to her. So right there, she got spooked. So it's important, Ken, that you maintain that she is ready and move slow. If your body movements are fast, it can startle her, scare her. So it's less about it's just about being like quick with it, okay? So like, say I can just go, boop. All I did was move my hand. It was just a little flick down, okay?
All right.
You don't have to lift your hand all the way up. Okay, so this way's not working. So let's do this. Let's take this. Boop, do. Come on, Roxie. Take this. Come here, Ken.
You got the treat, I think, there.
Wonderful. Come here. Baby. Sit with me. And we just talk about anything. Anytime she comes up to you, you can give her a treat. So now we're sitting down in the middle. This is what we're up to. She's right there. Give me a treat. She got. Perfect. And we just wait. We don't even really have to do anything. Me even reaching back is working fast. You know, it seems like we're doing a whole lot of nothing, but sometimes nothing is the best thing you can do. You can study dirt right there. Slowly hand her the treat. Roxie? Hi, baby. How's your day?
Muy bien.
Muy bien? I miss speaking Spanish to the people we walked by.
Good neighbors.
Yeah, the neighbors. I miss them a lot. I'm gonna keep it right here. So many distractions. And this can happen. I'm not saying that my sister-in-law did this. I'm saying that a lot of people are told by their veterinarian to not take their dog out before all the rounds of shots occur. Now, if you do that, then there's a chance that your dog won't be socialized, and this can be the result because your dog isn't around people during the peak periods of their life. They need to be around people. That doesn't mean you need to walk them in grass. You should avoid grass, but you can take them to places like Starbucks and Home Depot. You can just drive around with them. It's so important for you to get out of the house, have them meet new people, have them do new things, because strangers can become the scariest thing ever. Now, I knew her when she was a puppy. I was there when my sister-in-law got her. She is 3, I believe. Kenai's 5, Maple's 3, she's 3, and Whiskey, who you haven't met yet, is 1. And sometimes this is just the process. Sometimes it's literally this. Sometimes it is just sitting somewhere and letting the dog do whatever it wants. It's not about you seeing results. It's not about them taking treats. Sometimes this her getting that close to him and not freaking out or jumping, that is the reward. It doesn't look like much.
No, that was sick.
I'm telling you to do nothing, right? And so it sounds like
She's still.
you know, to some people it can look like we failed and she's too afraid to do the things, and so we're sitting down doing nothing. And that's definitely a perspective. I understand it. It's crazy in a way to think that, okay, me just sitting down and doing nothing with a fearful dog can help them. Yes. Okay, so that was still too close. And even that little sounds so nice, right? I'm not screaming, I'm not yelling, I'm not hitting her, but that made her back up. So I need to be careful when I do that. Being quiet is sometimes the best thing ever. It's crazy. Whiskey really wants to come out. So I hope that this longer video of this, it wasn't what we did with the other dogs, but I hope it gave you a different insight. It's definitely different, but this progress, her being able to be around Ken, because remember at the beginning of the video, Ken was just standing there, not moving, and she couldn't stop pacing, running back and forth. So it went from that to her being this close to him, and it's progress. That's all you need when working with a child, a dog, a rabbit, anything. Progress. And trust is literally the starting block. If you don't have trust, you might get results, but for how long? And what side effects could you be creating?
That was beautiful.
Not as beautiful as you, Octopus Bunny Man.
Let's get to work. Let's get to work.